They didn't want to bow to you. They didn't plan to help you. They came to destroy you. But by divine order, they ended up serving you. Yes, chosen one. Even the demons, even the enemies, even the spirits sent to ruin you are being forced to fulfill heaven's plan for your life. This is what they don't want you to realize. You carry a divine mark, a spiritual seal. And because of that, hell can't touch you without heaven's permission. The enemy may roar, but he's still on a leash, and every attack sent your way is allowed only because it's secretly tied to your promotion. You see, chosen one, demons don't just recognize your power. They're assigned to respond to it, not because they want to, but because God commanded it. They are bound by a cosmic law they cannot escape. The same enemy that tried to break you ends up building you. The same darkness that tried to swallow you ends up becoming your platform. What was sent to destroy you becomes the very stage for your elevation. That's why the warfare is so intense. That's why the attacks are so specific. It's not because you're weak. It's because you're critical. Your life affects realms. Your obedience shifts atmospheres. Your glow challenges kingdoms of darkness. And because of that, everything you faced had a divine purpose, even the pain. They thought it would stop you. They thought betrayal would silence you. They thought isolation would break you. But instead, it made you unstoppable. And now, the same demons that whispered lies in the dark are watching you walk in purpose in the light. You've become the fulfillment of what they feared most. A chosen one who didn't fold. A warrior who didn't lose their faith. A vessel who didn't forget their assignment. You don't even know how many spiritual battles you've already won just by surviving. The anxiety that didn't kill you, that was a demon that had to bow. The depression you climbed out of, that was an unclean spirit that had to let go. The cycle you broke that was in your bloodline for generations, that was hell's stronghold, and you shattered it. They came for your mind, your joy, your peace, and by divine design, every one of those demons ended up teaching you, training you, elevating you, by force. That's what they never saw coming. Because when you're chosen, the attack is part of the assignment. God allows what He intends to redeem. And the enemy is never in control. He's just an unwilling servant of divine destiny. Think about it. What did pain teach you that comfort never could? What did betrayal awaken in you that loyalty never would? What did the silence produce in you that noise couldn't? You became sharp. You became wise. You became dangerous to darkness. And the spirits that once laughed at your weakness now tremble at your strength. This is why hell fears the awakened chosen one. Because not only can you see, you can command. Not only can you discern, you can shift. Not only do you survive, you multiply. Chosen one, the enemy hoped to stop your mission and ended up making it louder. The demons tried to curse you, and now your very existence exposes them. You are proof that no weapon formed against you will prosper, not because weapons won't come, but because they will fail. And when they fail, God gets glory, and you get stronger. You've probably wondered why certain doors were blocked, why certain people turned on you, why life got darker right when you were trying to do better. It wasn't punishment, it was proof. Proof that you're being refined. That heaven is allowing the fire, not to burn you, but to purify you. Because the chosen ones aren't built in comfort, they're built in conflict. You were raised in the middle of war for a reason. You were placed in the middle of dysfunction on purpose. Because you weren't sent here just to live, you were sent here to rule. And in the spiritual realm, rulership requires authority. And authority only comes through victory. So every time you cried but didn't quit, authority was added. Every time you were tempted but didn't fold, authority was added. Every time you were rejected, forgotten, underestimated, heaven was increasing your ranking. And now, the demons that once toyed with you recognize your rank. That's why you feel things shift when you walk in. That's why spiritual attacks don't come to you like they used to. They're calculated now. Because even the enemy has to move strategically around a chosen one. You're not easy prey anymore. You're dangerous. You've tasted darkness and chose light anyway. You've heard the lies and chose truth anyway. You've been emptied and still kept pouring love into others. That's not weakness. That's spiritual dominion. And that dominion is why demons are being forced to serve you. Not in chains, not by your hand, but by divine decree. Because everything in the unseen world recognizes rank. And you, chosen one, have been elevated. You didn't just survive the pit. You're coming out of it with power. And now, every knee will bow. Every spirit will answer. Every force of darkness will be subject to the light you carry. Not because of who you are, but because of who walks with you. You are chosen. You are covered. You are dangerous. And the enemy knows it. Now that you carry this authority, chosen one, you can't walk like you used to. You can't respond the way you used to. You're not just fighting battles. You're commanding atmospheres. You don't fight demons hand to hand. You fight them through your alignment. When you're in divine alignment, spirits respond without you having to say a word. Rooms shift. Conversations shift. People's masks fall off. What was hidden starts surfacing. That's not your imagination. That's your spirit overriding what's been trying to stay hidden. Because when you show up, everything pretending to be light is forced to show its true nature. This is spiritual authority. You don't just influence people. You shake principalities. You don't just bring inspiration. You bring revelation. And that's why the demons assigned to monitor you are now the ones unintentionally elevating you. God uses everything, even them, even the pain they caused, even the lies they whispered, even the obstacles they threw at you. All of it turned into evidence that you are walking in divine purpose. What was supposed to bury you became your birth canal. What was meant to humiliate you became the stage for your promotion. What was sent to silence you ended up making your voice 10 times louder. That's how divine strategy works. God doesn't waste pain. He doesn't need perfection to start moving. He just needs obedience. And you, chosen one, kept obeying. Even when you were misunderstood. You kept walking, even when your heart was bleeding. You kept loving, even when you were surrounded by hate. And heaven took note. That's why the demons can't touch you now. They can circle, they can whisper, they can throw illusions, but they can't win. Because the more they press in, the more God presses through. And every time they try to set a trap, it turns into a testimony. Every time they try to block your path, the Red Sea parts. Every time they try to throw you in the fire, you come out without the smell of smoke. That's not luck. That's favor. That's divine law in motion. That's what it means to be chosen. Hell can scream all it wants, but if heaven said yes, it's done. And you're starting to realize that. You're not doubting like you used to. You're not panicking when storms hit. You're not begging people to stay. You know who you are now. You know what you carry. And that knowing terrifies the enemy. Because when a chosen one remembers their identity, every demon assigned to destroy them becomes powerless. Now they're not blocking you. They're paving the way. They're not stealing from you. They're delivering you into deeper authority. That betrayal, it purified your discernment. That heartbreak, it unlocked your destiny. That loneliness, it gave you divine clarity. And now you walk with something hell can't counterfeit. You walk with heaven's approval. You carry the oil of survival. You carry the fire of obedience. You carry the sword of truth, and it cuts through every lie the enemy tries to build around you. So when they say, "Why are you so calm?" When they ask, "How are you so strong?" When they whisper, "How did you make it out of that?" You look them in the eye and say, "Because the same demons that were sent to kill me ended up training me. They taught me what false peace looks like. They taught me what spiritual warfare feels like. They taught me who to let go of and who to pray harder for. And now, I don't just survive storms. I command them. When the wind howls, I don't run. I speak. When the shadows show up, I don't hide. I shine. Because I'm not just chosen, I'm armed. And every time a spirit tries to test me, it's met with divine resistance. Because I'm not walking alone. Heaven walks with me. Angels surround me. Purpose leads me. And the same fire that nearly killed me now fuels me. That's why demons tremble when I wake up in the morning. That's why attacks increase when my voice gets louder. Because hell knows I carry something that cannot be bought, taught, or borrowed. I carry assignment, and that assignment comes with authority. Authority over every unclean thought trying to touch my mind. Authority over every generational curse trying to follow my bloodline. Authority over every lying spirit trying to whisper defeat into my heart. I rebuke it all, not in my name, but in the name of the one who sent me. And that's the secret, chosen one. You don't fight alone. You never have. You were never abandoned. You were being positioned, never forgotten, just hidden.